All right. All right. How's everybody doing? Happy Mother's Day. Hope everyone's doing well. Well, this is a little bit of a story talk. And I wanted to talk about this. Let me turn this off real quick. So I had someone tell me, thank you so much for my reading. It really helped me. It actually saved my life. And I said, okay, cool. Because when I do reads, it just comes out the way it does. I'm not trying to manipulate it. I'm not trying to control it. I love doing my reads, and the only time when readings become an issue is when you get somebody who don't want to hear. Oh, I don't want to hear anything bad. You living on this planet, you're gonna get good and the bad. One cannot exist without the other. There's not even a definition for the good and the bad. It's just experiences, okay? Just how it is. So I remember I used to always get clients like that. I don't want to hear anything bad. What do you mean by bad? What is that? Like, you got to make a decision to leave that relationship, or you got to make a decision to get out of that job that's killing you, or you got to make a decision to move. You got to make a decision to move out of the house that's probably toxic for you and you need to get out of there. Is that what you're talking about? Bad. Because this story is a true story on my many adventures of readings and things and helping people. So I remember back in the day, in my younger days, I think I was in my early 30s. So I was doing this, I was studying, I think was studying massage at the time, just getting all my massage hours in. And I was doing some teaching on the side as I was going to school. I was teaching about energy and teaching about readings and, doing all that good stuff. So I remember this these two friends came in and I was reading for I'm gonna make up a name. I was reading for Kathy. And then this other friend of hers, Debbie, came with her. Okay. So Kathy was getting the reading. Debbie was just a friend that came with her. And I just set up all the cards. I was sitting there and I said, okay, let me give you the read. And I was starting in with Kathy and I was giving her the read. Then all of a sudden, I just stopped. And it was like my head just went like this. I looked directly at her friend and I said, you need to go to the hospital immediately today. Do not wait. There is something going on. You are having some kind of blood or kidney problems, but something circulatory is happening to you and you need to go to the hospital. And she's like, oh no, I've been fine. I've just been a little tired. She had the grayish look. And it was just like, Spirit just said, please tell her she needs to go to the hospital. I said, okay. I said, well, Spirit told me to tell you again, you need to go to the hospital. Your life is on the line. And then all of a sudden, I just went back into the reading like nothing. I just said it, went back to the reading. Didn't harp on it, just gave the message, went back to the reading. So after the reading was done, they get up and they leave. And I think the lady said, I don't believe in any of this stuff anyway. I said, you don't have to. It's all about the message that's being delivered, whether you believe it or not. It don't have nothing. You believing in the message of what's being told doesn't matter. It's just an energy of a message that's coming to you that's being interpreted. So whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. So later that night, it was like I think around 11 or something that night. I was already in bed, getting myself situated. My phone starts blowing up. And I'm like, what the hell? calling me. How rude, calling me this time of night. It's 11:30 at night. Somebody better be and I said, somebody better be dying. Who's calling me? I was settling in. I was like, who's calling me? And I looked, I recognized the number, and I said, wait a minute. This looks like that number of that client I had earlier today. And I pick it up. I said, hello? And it's Kathy. Kathy's like, hey, I just wanted to tell you we are here at the ER right now. I said, who's we? My friend that came with me, we're at the ER right now. She's being admitted. I said, for what? She was going into kidney failure. I was like, what? I said, yeah, she was not feeling good. It had just progressively got worse. And we went ahead and came down to the hospital. She says, take me to the hospital. I don't feel right. And they admitted her, and the doctor said if she would have went throughout the night, she would not be alive. And her friend just kept yelling my name in the ER and in the hospital, saying she warned me, she told me to get to the hospital. I didn't believe her. Da 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 da. Everybody heard about my name up in that hospital. But needless to say, she went. She got the medical help that she needed, and it turned around. She got better. So sometimes when you get readings and everything from people, a lot of times when I get the readings and just read and I just give the highest information for the highest good, what this person is seeking, what is the soul um looking for, what is the message. And that's why I do the readings, to help people to understand if there's something going on. Now, when we start diving into relationships and stuff like that, I don't like messing around in the relationship part. You want to know why? Because I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of times you're going to get the message anyway that you should get out of this relationship. But some of you will stay because you don't want to leave. It's comfortable. You don't know what the outcome's going to be if you let go of that energy. So you'll stay. And then I love this one. This one makes me want to puke every time. I have to stay for the children's sake. So what are you teaching them? That you sacrifice and you stay in a bad relationship no matter what, especially if you're being abused. You're showing your son, you're showing your daughter if you're a woman that's being abused, that it's okay that someone's beating you up or abusing you emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. You're showing her that it's okay. So now she's going to be getting, having, attracting energy of men like that. That's what her frequency is going to be like. If it's a young boy that's watching a mother get beat, he's going to turn out and be an abuser. So think about it. Think about what you're exposing your children to if you risk and you stay. Um, then there's always the energy of the men who get crazy in the head and say, "Well, nobody can have you. If I can't have you, nobody can have you." And then they want to kill everybody. So I always say in that area, always call in Archangel Michael, always call in. I work with the dragons, and these high ancient dragons, they do not play. I love my dragons. um, yeah, my dragons don't play. They will take out an energy that's not supposed to be around me. My dragons don't play. You have dragons too. Don't forget, you can have your dragons too. So I'm just saying, when you get a reading, no matter who you're getting it from, as long as they have good intentions when they're doing a read, and they come from a bloodline of readers, they come from a bloodline of someone in their family that does readings. They are seers. You know, that's something you cannot fake. If it's in your bloodline, your DNA, yeah, you're gonna be doing that. And what saddens me is that people who get so afraid of their own gifts, they get so scared of it. Oh, that's the devil. Oh, I'm opening up door. Come on now, really? If you are holding a divine energy within yourself and you are setting good intentions to be of service, to help people, to guide people and stuff, and you're doing it from that place, nothing to worry about. You have your divine team that's protecting you. You have your divine team that's guiding you. So why would you set yourself up saying, oh, it's from evil, it's from the devil and all this stuff? Please, come on. We moving to 5 and 6 dimension. We ain't got time for this stuff. If you're still holding on to that, you're still stuck in 3 in that old belief pattern of this stuff that was told to you, that was brainwashed on you. That's something you don't want to be sticking around with. So I've been on this little thing lately where, you know, when you're scrolling through certain media platforms and stuff, and certain things that I see, I will just say something. And one of my posts that I posted, um, it got so many hits on it because it was just truth. And I only do it when I'm told to do it. I don't just go searching for certain places and go put it up there. No. I only hit certain ones, and if I'm told to post something, I will. And I post exactly what I'm told to post. So one of them, I think it was, I can't remember the guy. He's on YouTube, but he put a post up saying something about the human energy, how it expands out 20 something or beyond 6 feet in front and da, 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 da. And it connects to other people. Your energy connects to other people. That's why when you walk into a room, people can feel you if you're in a good mood or a bad mood or whatever vibration you're vibrating at. And the way he worded it, it was like people can feel your energy because your energy or field electromagnetic extends out. And so I responded and I said in the comments, I said, well, yeah, that's why 6 feet rule was being put on us because they didn't want us to have a love connection of energy flowing. Because think about it, as people raise their frequency up, you affect other people by raising it. By raising your frequency, you're affecting other people to change. So if it can be interrupted to not have so much feet around you and break that current, then you're not affecting anybody. At least that's what they think. We're a lot more than that. Some of us are just supercharged. So I got this comment back immediately after I posted that. He said, "Ooh, somebody's awake." I said, "Yeah, been awake for a long time, seeing the shenanigans." So that's why I like to do my readings. That's why I enjoy it. And so I found myself going on this adventure of information yesterday, and I wanted to understand what the hell was the Met Gala. I mean, why do they make such a big deal out of the Met Gala? Why do these people dress up? I mean, it's all over YouTube. It's, Vogue, Met Gala. And that lady, Anna, who's the head person of the Met Gala, which the movie, The Devil Wears Prada, was made after. So I started looking at that lady, Anna. She wear these big black eyeglasses, hair part. She wears her hair like that, this bob cut. And I looked at her. First response when I first really looked at her is I said, "She's reptilian." I was like, "Boop." And I just kind of looked at that, and then I started diving into how excited everybody said, "Oh, May 1st, the first Monday of May is the Met Gala." I said, I started putting that together. If you do your research, you know what May 1st is, what it celebrates. Now, Beltane is the celebration of the coming of summer, leaving from spring. We got an equinox. We're getting ready to go into summer equinox. Okay. So we celebrate that light, that fire, that dance, that inspiration, that coming together, the divine masculine, feminine energy, all dancing together and creating life, creating planting seeds, creating creation. Okay. It's all the beauty of that. Celebration, you know. That's from the good point of view. The bad point of view is when you look at this, I really was looking at all the dresses because I grew up with Vogue. I grew up with, oh my gosh, I have to get the big summer going back to school issue of Vogue magazine. And I remember telling my mom, I said, I gotta get the Vogue magazine, mom, please. It's got all the latest fashions in it. And I just remember it would be this thick. And I would be so excited to get it because it was so thick and that meant it was going to be packed with all the different styles, the modeling, the colors, the makeup that was coming out. Um, it was going to have all the samples of the different perfumes back in that day. That time, back in high school, early college, I was just totally into it. I started kind of fading out of it after I graduated from nursing school because the price of that book magazine was starting to get a little bit too pricey. And then what was happening, it wasn't as thick like it used to be. It wasn't fun anymore to look at. I started seeing some disturbing things in there and I was like questioning why was that in there? So now I understand. So sad. Anyway, do it right in front of you and you just don't see it until you are wide awake and then you start connecting the dots and then you see it. And then when you see it, you can't unsee it once you see it. It's sad, just sad. So I started really looking at Met Gala and how they all have a theme and how they're all dressing up and how they wear their colors and what they're saying. Oh, I can transfer my power into this. Oh, this makes me feel like a high witch. I want it to look very witchy and magical. And I'm like, hmm. So I started really kind of paying attention to it, and I just kind of started looking at all these episodes. Go here on YouTube and look at it. All the Vogue getting ready for Met Gala 2022. Look at what they're wearing, how they're what the symbols are, that they things that they got on their stuff, how they're looking, and some of them don't even look like what some of these stars are supposed to be looking like. I go back, like I saw Gwen Stefani. I was like, that ain't Gwen. Who the hell is that? That ain't Gwen. I went back, looked at some of I know holla back girl. I went back to that video and took a look at that. I'm like, okay, that's Gwen. This ain't who the hell is this person? Looking like her, don't look like her. Don't feel like her. It's really funny when you look at things, it don't feel like the person. Christina Aguilera. Oh my gosh. She put out a video a few days ago and she's singing in Spanish. She's wearing this red dress. Doesn't even look like her. Looks like she's 20 something years old. Really? I'm freaking 56 years old. Okay? I know I am only going back so much in my telomeres, um, slowing down aging. These people look like they are just pressed out of a steam latex look-alike doll press that looks like them 20 something years ago. Not a wrinkle on the face, not a line, not a nothing. And don't tell me that's Botox, because Botox ain't doing that. So I was just looking at that and I said, wow, what am I looking at? Is it Memorex or is it Sixth Day? Go back and look, people. Because I'm looking at some of these people. And then Ariana Grande, she was doing some kind of commercial, something advertisement, and she didn't look right. It wasn't her. Matter of fact, she looked more like she was Asian or Japanese. I was like, that ain't that girl. So, like I said, Memorex, or is it the Sixth Day with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Look at that movie. That'll tell you right there where we are right now. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. The things that we signed up for to come on this planet. So, in essence, this story that I told you about the read and stuff, I have many more when things show up in a reading. And my best fun one was, I'll never forget it, was when I was at the spa and I was doing this read for this lady who came in. She asked me, well, my husband and I are trying to, we're trying to move into a business and da 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 da, and don't know if we're gonna do it, and I don't know. And I said, well, and then all of a sudden, Spirit steps in. All I see is the weirdest thing. Like she was trying to figure out what she wanted to do. What was her next line of work? And I saw nothing but bread all around her. I think I told this story before on here. Bread. And I'm like, Spirit, you can't tell me to say that to him. So tell her they're going to be making bread. They're going to be in a business dealing with a lot of bread. And I was like, I said, well, I don't know what this really means, but you're going to be dealing a lot of bread. You're going to be done. She looks at me. Her eyeballs get all big. I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't even sound right because I don't even cook in the kitchen. I don't know anything about no bread. I said, honey, that's what I'm being told. You got bread coming up. What's coming? Some kind of way. That's what you guys gonna be involved in. She got upset. Went up in the front. She said, she's way off talking about, I don't believe nothing she said. I love it when people say that. I don't believe nothing she's saying. Fine, don't believe me. Wait till it happens. 8 months, I think it was 8 months later. I forgot all about that lady. I come walking through. I'm getting ready to go change the room down for another client. And this woman comes in and she has a bag underneath her arm. And she goes, I came here to see you. I said, are you the next client? She goes, no, I was hoping you were in. I wanted to stop by. I just had this whim, like I had to stop by now. And she puts the bag down and she pulls up, and it's this big, pretty, smelling so good, soft, circular, fresh bread. And she goes, you remember me? You did a reading on me about the bread and told me my husband and I, we bought a deli. And we bought this deli and we make bread every day, fresh deli bread for these sandwiches that we make. And I said, I remember you. And she says, you told me I was going to be doing something new in my life and I was going to be making bread. I make bread every morning now. I go, of course you do. So why am I sharing this story with you? Because I think a lot of us have some pretty astounding stories that we sit on and we think about from time to time. How did I know that? Or how did I get that information? And da 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 da. But we never really take the time to honor ourselves and say, wow, I really did have this this moment where I saw this. And this lady was so excited to see me. She brought me that bread, freshly made with intention. And she says, I want to offer this bread to you and say, thank you so much. You changed my life. So, this is a message for a lot of you. If you're struggling right now, trying to find what the hell you're supposed to be doing on this planet, and you're like lost, especially since we've had all this craziness happen on this planet, and you kind of trying to figure it out. Oh, by the way, I didn't forget. I'm going to get back to the Met Gala. This is your time to really embrace what makes you happy. you know I can't say this enough. And if you're in a situation where you're living and it still is not coinciding with what you want to do and how you want to live and everything, then make those changes and don't feel bad about making the changes. Don't feel guilty about making the changes, and don't feel obligated that you feel like you can't make that change or what. Don't feel obligated about that. Just make the changes that you need to make and do what was called to you. Okay, so let me get back to Met Gala. So anyway, I'm going through, clicking through, and I'm comparing pictures going back, and I'm like, And then because they're all said the code word, it's the first Monday of May. So then you look up what they get into on the negative side of their celebration gatherings. It's ugly. It's not good. And then you look at the people who are going and how deep red color outfit that they're wearing, what they're representing. And why do all of them have to have these long, cloaky things? Just saying. So we're still in the middle of this energy, and this purging energy is going to continue. And the sun is doing its thing. And I was told this morning, it was kind of weird. This morning we went out really quick. Went to now this is funny. I told you it's story time. This is funny. So I said I want to go to Home Goods and I want to go to Trader Joe's. So we went to Home Goods first because it opened at 10 o'clock. So we're standing right here, like to the left, and a few people are standing to the right, waiting for the door open. There's this one lady standing there. She waiting. And then cart and everything, waiting. So we're off to the side. We're just waiting. And I said, I just like to go and be the first one in and kind of just go in, millie around, and get out before it gets crazy. So we're standing, and a little employee lady comes in and she unlocks the door to the right. So unlocks, and the door opens. All these people are, she's gonna flood in, and she comes over and opens up our side, which is the exit door. I'm not flowing with the regular people. Of course not. I never do that. So I go over here. So the door opens, and I'm like, well, we're just gonna go through this way. I don't float. I don't need to go. We're just gonna go through here. So we went through. Doors open up all the way. The other door closed and wouldn't let the people wouldn't let the people in. And the lady cracked me up. She goes, uh, this door just closed on us and just not letting us in. And she goes, oh, hold on. It must be locked in a gear. So we walk in, we just laugh and said, look, we the first ones here. I go, magic. So it was kind of funny. She had a grin on her face. She was just cracking up. I was cracking up. We were just walking through. And we're like, yay. Let's look around and take a looky. So we're walking around, and a lot of your department stores are going to give you code. They're going to tell you what the energy for the summer is going to be set like, what frequency they're trying to push on you. Okay, the department stores start doing that, coding it. So I'm walking around and I'm seeing, and I'm looking, all of a sudden I start seeing these heads, statue heads of like Julius Caesar time, Greek time. I'm like, uh-oh, what is this? Oh, what are they doing? What Greek time? Then I'm walking and I see Egyptian, but I see the pharaoh, head of the pharaoh. I'm like, okay, that's different, head of pharaoh. All right. Then I go around the corner, and all of a sudden I see all these statues of all the women, brownish color tone, some tannish color, not too not too much on the lunar color, okay? And I'm like, but they were all dressed in the old-fashioned type of bathing suits where they cover the women, cover up, and you had to have a certain head wrap thing on, like one of those pinup girls that's bathing suits back in that time, the 50s and 60s. You didn't wear the bathing suits like they are now. No, that's no, no, no. And I'm looking and I'm like, wow, look at this. I said, code. They were done up in some blues, reds, coral, some nice coral colors. I think I saw one green, a lot of blues, and a lot of the coral. And I said, look, they all got the head wrap on, and the woman is covered. Huh, interesting. At Home Goods, they got it there. So that's code. So now that's making me curious because at Ross, a month or so ago, they had the full body goddesses sitting in the goddess position, and she's very round, buttocks are round, boobs are round, big rounded body, and sits with her hands up and receiving. And they had her in a brown color and a moon color, a white color. And I was like, huh. Okay, so that was over at Ross. And Ross had a lot of the like elephants and some of their typical stuff, but that the goddess thing was huge at Ross. Then I come over to Home Goods and I see this, and I was like, hmm, what are they trying to say there? Did we go back a timeline? Did something happen and we don't know about it? Hmm. Are they trying to get you to consent to that energy timeline so you buy into it and start decorating your house like that, which makes you slip into that energy timeline? Not. I'm staying galactic. I'm staying cosmic as much as possible. Straight up. Be careful. Okay. These are tricksters. They know how to trick you to make you feel comfortable and get subdued in their underground way of doing stuff. Be careful. Pay attention where your energy is going. Okay? So the Met Gala is all about ritual, ceremony. Who's going to be in the next place? because some of the people are not available to participate in these things anymore. Gee, I wonder why. So it makes me kind of wonder if there's going to be a Met Gala next year, or did the Met Gala really happen this year? You gotta go. You gotta look now. Did it really happen? Or are we watching a Memorex play out? Like maybe it was done later and being presented now. Just saying. Anyway, pay attention. Have your eyes open. Pay attention. What you hear and what you see. Is things lining up? Is it matching up? And then when you see something, ask yourself, why is that happening? Go deeper. Go further. Just saying. All right, lovelies. The card I will pull will be for the guided. And that's my stories that I'm telling for today. It's always a divine plan. Your soul has a master blueprint of your life path that holds within it. It will never steer you in the wrong direction. Your soul knows exactly why you're here. Those of you that are struggling, trying to find your way, a lot of us that are coming on YouTube are just, we get our information out there. Some of us get shadow banned, some of us get monetized, all this shenanigan stuff. But nevertheless, we get the information out. However, it needs to come out. We're still in it to win it. We're still in that war. So don't forget, you're fighting for your light. And that is your birthright because it's all about abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. And it's coming from the central sun. Oh, yeah. And that sun right now is going to be the judge. It is going to be an activator and an annihilator in both ways. The sun is going to give to those who have the good intention of being here. And those that are not here for the good intention, the sun will take care of. And they know that. They've been knowing. So just be aware and understand. Just understand. You just really want to have that inner revolution. Look at that number, that 4 and that 2. Oh, I'm sorry. Does that make a 6? Yes, it does. And that concludes our read for today. Be good to yourselves. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the stories that I told you. They are true stories. Some you have to kind of research on to kind of put the pieces together. But be good to yourselves, and I will talk to you soon. And enjoy the rest of your days. I know I will. It's bubble bath time. All right, everyone, be good to yourself. And that's a wrap here on Be So Light. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for the subscription. Thank you, all of you. Like, share, do all those wonderful things. Whatever you want to do. It's fine with me, but it is Mother's Day. Be good to yourself. And that's a wrap. 4, 3, 2, 1.